Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen. It's a late night stream from my end right now. Welcome to stream, our world. Good to see you too, buddy. So yeah, last time we completed Oda Nobunaga's story, and tonight we are going to play his wife, Nohime, or Lady No, or Kicho in some, in some iterations. The reason why she's named Kicho is, butterfly. That's why in Devil King she's called Lady Butterfly. I always find Nohime's moveset pretty damn unique. I do like her claws. Though there's one thing I don't understand about Nohime is what are the purpose of her short claws. So she concealed her big long claws under her gown or under her kimono, under her garment. When she performed her attacks, but I never understood why she needs those short claws in her hand, because she doesn't really use them in battle. For stealth, yeah, again, I still, if it's for stealth, you might as well not bring those short claws, because ultimately she just pulls out her long claws. Anyway, regardless, I'm excited to play as her, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, let's get started. She has the same stages. Sorry, she has the same stages as Nobunaga. I apologize to you guys. I'm a little tired right now. I just came back. All right, let's buy a bodyguard. Where is it? Okay. Ninja bodyguards. What bodyguard do we use? Yeah, let's use ninja bodyguards. Place this one. Let's power her up. Hey, Kefka, Creation Kane, welcome to the stream, Cookie. Arigatou gozaimashita. Right, we're playing as Nohime. Now, we're not going to do her dream stage because in order for you to unlock her dream stage, you need to finish Oichi's story as well. So, yeah, we're just gonna play the 5 main stories for Nohime. So, here we go.
波動をなすなどとくだらぬことは言わん。だがこの戦国乱世は武の力により開かれた。力が開きし戦国乱世はより強大な力によりねじ伏せられるべきよ。故に信長は天下に武を敷くと宣ずる。それが世の望み、そしてこの信長の望みだ。秀吉、家康、光秀、勝家、忠勝、ここにわしは信長たるゆえんをなさんがため、武田を打ち滅ぼし、この長篠に再び武を敷く。全軍開幕だ。板ぶり、名ぶり、そして武田のすべてを根から絶やせ。
Yeah, Nobunaga's a badass. I agree. I want to ask you about Warriors Archie 1 and 2. I'm confused, honestly. Which game is original story? What do you mean by original story? All the Warriors Archie games have original stories. You know, like they combined Dynasty and Samurai Warriors with an addition of original Archie characters, you can say. Yeah, Warriors Archie 1. So, Warriors Archie 1 and 2 are both original stories. Warriors Archie 2, I've said it before, Warriors Archie 2 doesn't really feel like a sequel, like a sequel to Warriors Archie 1. I mean, it is a sequel, how do I say it? Warriors Archie 2 feels more like an expansion to Warriors Archie 1. It's... When it first came out, Warriors Archie 2 was called, in Japan, it's called Musou Orochi Mawo Sairin. Warriors Archie 2 is kind of like... If I'm comparing Warriors Archie 1 and 2, Warriors Archie 2 is basically like Sengoku Basar 2 Heroes, with Warriors Archie 1 being Sengoku Basar 2, right? Or, yeah, Warriors Archie 1 and 2 is kind of like Sengoku Basar 2 and 2 Heroes, or 3 and 3 Utage. Warriors Archie 2 is more of an expansion. The actual Warriors Archie 2 is actually Warriors Archie 3, because in Japan it's called Musou Orochi 3. Now, Warriors Archie 1 and Warriors Archie 2 has a combined game in the PS3 called Musou Orochi Z, not Warriors Archie Z, because Musou Orochi Z was not released in the US. It's a Japanese exclusive. 1 and 2 stories. Yeah, exactly. Warriors Archie 2 stories are Warriors Archie 2 story is a direct sequel to Warriors Archie 1, which again, both Warriors Archie 1 and 2 have a game, like has a combined game called Warriors Archie Z or Musou Orochi Z. That's why. Hello, Zelibi. I'm about to play Empires. I am a newbie. I watched your guide about Dynasty Wars 4 Empires. Hey, thank you so much, man. It's not really a guide. It's a review, but I'm glad it helps. Okay. Stay tuned. I'm going to cover Dynasty Wars 5 in the next video. So I'm going to be covering Dynasty Wars 5 Empires sooner in this channel. Orochi, welcome to the stream, buddy. Okay. Let's use the ninja, and of course Matsukaze. Yeah, starting off in Nagashino for Lady No. You found the perfect channel. You find the right channel, Dilly if a newbie. You come to the right place. Hopefully I can convince more people to play these games. Especially Sengoku Basara. Tang 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 tang. You can read those Japanese characters? No. Again, I played this game on PS2 for many times. So I'm kind of just used to it. It's a pretty straightforward game, honestly. Irashai. Hope you have a great time. Yeah. Hope everyone is having a great time as well. Thank you, Archie. Raphael, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm playing the HD version on the PS3, but I'm using the emulator. Yeah, exactly. PS3 emulator works like a charm. Me and Mura had a rough time with single Basara, but you just get used to it and kind of understand the language. Yeah, exactly. A lot of Japanese games that I've played are kind of like that. You get rough, you know, it's a little rough to start, but you'll get used to it eventually. Especially like this, Samurai Wars 2 HD. I played this multiple times on the PS2 in English, right? So when I played this game in Japanese for the PS3 remastered, I'm just kind of like used to it. Even like unlocking rare weapons, I already know, like, I know which officers to beat. Mudayo. I've recorded some voice acting content as well. If you want to see some fan dubs, go to my Instagram page, by the way. But I will have a voice acting content tomorrow on in short form. I still wish she. Sorry, I wish she still had the final extension from her charge attacks from Samurai Wars 1. Never understood why they remove it for most characters. Yeah, I agree. Because they wanted, like, yeah, again, because Koei wanted to make her a special oriented, you know. So because she's a special oriented now, they remove her charge attacks. And I think her, wait. No, she's still a special attack oriented in Samurai Wars 4 because some characters in Samurai Wars 4 got their movesets changed again, like Mitsuhide. Masamune lost his charge attacks in Samurai Wars 4 because he's a hyper-oriented character now. I mean, it's the right pick for Masamune, but still, some of his older charge attacks look cool. Yo, Tengu, welcome to the stream. Zhao Yun's 1000 KO. Omae koso shin. Okay, let me try this because I did voice. I did do a fan dub of Zhao Yun Japanese. Sorry. Also, happy birthday, Yo Tengu. Wish you all the best. Hope you have a really amazing day. Okay, let me try this Zhao Yun, and again, don't expect a perfect impression. Omae koso shin sangoku. Sorry. Omae koso. Shin no Sangoku Musou. Choshiru. Iza Mairu. And you know that Zhao Yun in Dynasty Warriors 1 to 8, oh sorry, 1 to 9, had the same voice actor as, in Japanese of course, had the same voice actor as Zhuge Liang, Onosaka Masaya. Onosaka Masaya. I think Zhuge Liang said the same thing, right? His 1000 KO, but in a softer, you know, with a softer tone. Omae koso Shin no Sangoku Musou. I do like I do like Zhao Yun's way of saying enemy officer defeated in Japanese. Teksho, which took tari.
こそ魔王が妻だ主のため命を捨てるかくだらぬ主
Sounds faster than Juga. Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's the more energetic, right? The energetic and fast-paced talker because he's a warrior, while Zhuge Liang, the strategist, has a softer voice. Hello, Tantio. Welcome to the stream. Good evening, bro. Nah, it's not. Yeah, of course it's gonna be. But I think this is gonna be a short stream because we're not going to play her dream stage, since you need to play Oichi's story first to do that, or you need to play both Nohime and Oichi's story to unlock her dream stage. Mudayo. Though, so yeah, you remember, right? I did four characters. Zhao Yun, Zhuge Liang, mosquito. Zhao Yun, Zhuge Liang, Jotai, and Jashu. And Jotai's enemy officer defeated in Japan is Dikshu. Hey Alberto, welcome to the stream. Slow and steady wins the race. I'll show you the pride of men from Ikawa. Hey Menora, welcome to the stream. Good to see you again. Grenades. Irashai. Finally, got moves. New moves. I said it once and I'll say it again. I still don't know what are the purpose of her short claws there. Do you know Yuhabak? Yeah, from Bleach. Yes, I know. He's voiced by the first Hokage. And in English, he's voiced by Richard Epcar, aka Raiden. And Dong Zhuo in Dynasty Warriors. You voiced him? Oh, that's cool. Nice. Yuhaba. It's to show she's dangerous. Yeah, perhaps. Alright, need to take out Yukimura first before he does more harm. or you like to playing some Jotai and Dynasty Wars and Zhuge Liang, go for it. Yeah, go play some, you know, go play your boy Kong Ming. Mitsui is struggling against Yukimura. Have you seen Johnny Young Bosch and Mori-san stage performance in Anime Expo? No, not yet. Speaking of Anime Expo, we actually have Anime Festival Asia, Indonesia next week, next Saturday. And you know who the guest star, who they brought as a guest star in Alpha ID? So they just announced Otsuka Manabu. If you don't know who Otsuka Manabu is, he's the CEO of MAPPA Studios. Yeah, they brought the MAPPA CEO to Alpha ID. Other guest stars will be Sally Amaki, you know, voice actress who voiced Carol in Tomo-chan, and also they invited Dave Rogers to Alpha ID. You know Dave Rogers, the guy who sang "Deja Vu." I just did it. I don't memorize the lyrics, so pardon me. Deja vu. I just been in this place before. Higher on the streets. Yeah, we're gonna hear Deja Vu live in Alpha ID. My son is playing Astro Boat. Isn't that a good game? Though if it was up to me, Cookie, I'd have your son playing. Or if I have a son, I'll show him Super Mario Odyssey. Wow, should be good insider discussion with Mappa. Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be like a general panel or an exclusive panel, because there are some, like for example, voice actors panel are exclusive. You need to pay more. I think Sally Amaki also came last Alpha ID. Her and Uesaka Sumire. But Uesaka Sumire now, she's busy with professional wrestling. Yeah, Astro Bot is a good game, right? Nani Kansai Dorifto. Also for IGX, Indonesia Game Expo this October, the guest star, they announced a guest star. It's Suga Takamasa. I think that's his name, Suga Takamasa. Yeah, Suga Takamasa. If you don't know who Suga Takamasa is, he is the actor who played Kamen Rider Ryuki, Kiro Shinji. Yeah, yes, Kamen Rider Ryuki is coming here. You didn't make a good Neocortex? Thank you. What are Neocortex's line? I kind of forgot. Make way for Earth's finest. My head. Astrobot is good. He's been watching me play Expedition 33 and he wants to try it. Great, nice, nice. Yeah, it's a good practice for him to develop his reflex. Parry it. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward as well for cosplaying as Renoir this October. I just wish I have everything ready before October, financially, of course. I mean, all the costumes, all the parts, which of course, if I need to be ready before that, I need to be financially prepared. That's currently my biggest. It's kind of like my biggest concern right now. Right. Bet you look good. Thanks, Cookie. Hope it works as well. You know, I'm not the most, you know, in shape guy. I'm a pretty big, you know, I'm a chunky dude myself.
私の前にひれ伏したわ。
多くの武士が言った。もはや戦に我が
Yeah, I hope these events will go on well. Tell me about it. Yeah.
感じてくれ。パテルフランク。
You know what we call that kind of body, Cookie? We call it peak performance. It's the ideal body for men, right? You may not like it, you may not like seeing it, but that is what peak performance looks like. Profar in Dynasty Warriors Overlord, they implemented a 3D hub instead of the cheat home menu, who shows you everything. This time you can walk around and see other players also. They also put new ultimate chain skills for specific characters. Super over the top. The bad news, the game is same as P2W, or pay to win and grindy, as you know, as expected for a mobile game. Now, the one thing that surprises me for Dynasty Warriors Overlord is that the game is still up. So I checked the Mutual in Instagram. An artist, by the way, she does Dynasty Wars art, and she was posting her Insta story, Dynasty Wars Overlord's gameplay, and I actually texted her like, "Wait, this game is still alive?" Yeah, it was like, "Wait, yeah, this game is up." I thought they shut down this game a couple of last year or 2 years ago, because I remember hearing from Chris Gildart that the game was shut down. Now it's back up again. And she said, "Yeah, it's back. The game is back up again internationally." Well, that's interesting. There are some unique things about Dynasty Wars Overlords. I'll give that game that. Like, you actually have unique ultimate or Musou attacks for certain character pairs. Like, for example, Machao and Wang Yi have a unique Musou attack where they fight each other, but they damage enemies. That's actually pretty damn cool. Alright? There are like duo Musous and trio Musous. I kind of wish they applied that in Dynasty Wars Origins. Like, you can do a double Musou attack in Dynasty Wars Origins, but it's basically just a combination of individual Musou attacks. I kind of wish they had some unique animation for specific character pairs, but you know what? It is what it is. Dynasty Wars browser games. Sometimes I miss how I looked while I was still training swimming. My dad both. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the most, like, I wasn't the most athletic guy back then as well. Like, but I still, you know, I still go on walks. I still cycle from time to time. You know, and I mean, you can, like, here's the thing. You can develop a Jin Kazama body if you want to. I just choose not to. Greetings, got some rare stuff for you. Straight. Hello, Nidal, welcome to the stream. I'm out of shape. I'm out of shape. Dad bod is peak. Oh, she has a filler stage. I see. Okay, let's. I thought she had the same second stage as Nobunaga. Village Rescue. Is this Village Rescue or Psycho Village? Oh yeah, it's Village Rescue. Ah, Nobunaga's wife helping peasants. Kinda cute. I always find these filler stages pretty weird. What's up? I'm doing good, Nidal. A little tired because I just came back home. Oh, by the way, yesterday I watched The Odyssey with friends in the cinemas. Amazing movie, as expected from Mr. Nolan himself. Christopher Nolan. Chilling, watching Profar, having a beer. How about you people? Nice.
連戦で疲弊しきって領内で騒動を起こし織田を崩壊させくだらない敵のくだらない策私がそれ
Let's go! How's the movie? It's a decent, unlike Uproar. It's a good movie, okay? I don't even know what the outrage is. Like, I've said it before. Like, sometimes when it comes to video games and movies, I'm kind of through with all these woke, anti-woke discussions. I feel like a lot of these discussions just blown out of proportion. And like some of the audio, the one thing I will say about the Odyssey is that there are some scenes where it's despite not being a horror movie, they do have very loud audios to the point where sometimes it jump scares you. They do have some jump scares. And also, that movie is rated 13 plus. I feel like that should have been that movie should have been rated 15 plus. It's not a violent movie, but I wouldn't call it tame as well. I don't know how to explain this. It's kind of like in between being a violent movie and a tame violent movie. Well, with this scorching summer, hot weather, people could barely do anything, myself included. Almost no energy to record playthrough or editing video. I understand that. I'm also taking it slow as well because... Well, I already finished the script for Dynasty Wars 5. I need to do the recording for the audio and also the gameplay. And lately, again, work has been a little bit busier than usual. And usually during weekends, I prefer to hang out with friends. Yeah, I just been going outside a little bit more. Touch some grass. You know, like, just being able to have a picnic on a park with friends is a blessing in itself. Like, you know that a lot of people are chasing success. I mean, I'm not against chasing success. I too am chasing success, especially like what I do here on YouTube, right? But sometimes we tend to forget the small things, you know? Like the fact that you're still the fact that you are still able to go on a picnic with friends by itself is a success to me. You know, when you think about it, a lot of people are a little bit drowned in their business, you know, in their daily in their everyday busyness of their lives. They tend to spend less time with family and friends, and the fact that I can go on walks with friends on a weekend, why isn't that a success? I don't know. I'm just saying things out of my mouth. I've been working. Wait, let's see. I like Agamemnon helmet despite out there being it's not historically accurate. Yeah, I mean, like, come on, dude. It's a movie, okay? It's a movie. If it's going to be, not to mention, by the way, the Odyssey, it's a movie with sirens, witches, cyclops exist, okay? I know they're not like it's. I know there are certain things that needs to be, that needs to be historically accurate or close to how it was back in the day, if you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, this is Christopher Nolan's adaptation of the story of Odysseus. It's basically how we always interpret Samurai Warriors and Segubasa, right? The Odyssey is, I don't know if it's based on a history because, again, the movie has cyclops, sirens, witches, and living forests. Like, the movie has so many magical elements in it, right? So I'm not sure how it's supposed to be historically accurate. If it is based on the actual history, I need to remind you again that the Odyssey is a fictional adaptation from Christopher Nolan about the story of Odysseus. So basically, he can kind of do, like, he wanted to do his take on the story. It's what we always discuss when it comes to games like Samurai Warriors and Segubasa, right? I keep saying this. I don't treat Dynasty and Samurai Warriors as a historical story, like an epic historical retelling. No. I look at Dynasty and Samurai Warriors as a fictional game, like as a work of fiction. Yes, it may be based on an actual historical event in China and Japan, but eventually this is Koei's adaptation, or Koei and Omega Force's adaptation of the Three Kingdoms and Sengoku Jidai, right? It's their fictional adaptation towards the story. And Dynasty Warriors specifically, it's a fictional adaptation by Koei and Omega Force of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms novel by Luo Guangzhong, which, by the way, the Three Kingdoms novel is already a fictional adaptation of the actual Three Kingdom history. So even Samurai Warriors, Sengoku Jidai, like, this is not. This is a fictional adaptation of the fictional adaptation of Sengoku Jidai. So it's like fictional times 2. Let's see. Yeah, a few success is relative. Yeah, I've been working. And oh, by the way, before I go to that, Minora, fun fact: Agamemnon's actor is Benny Safdie, who also voiced Bowser Jr. in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. That's actually pretty damn cool. That's actually pretty funny. Benny Safdie is kind of like more of a comedian guy, yet he plays an aura farmer in the Odyssey, a menacing aura farmer. Yeah, okay. Odyssey is part of Greek mythology. Thank you. Success is relative. Yeah, a few drinks with friends and family over the weekend is good. My favorite part of the week, absolutely. Roland Jerick Lintag. I'm gonna call you Roland. Welcome to the stream, buddy. My experience burning out from chasing your hyperbolic societal and self-familiar influenced version of success makes you realize how much of a balance of work and rest you need. Yeah, exactly. Creative freedom. I agree, Roland. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Yeah, exactly. I like these games for fun, but learning history is just kind of like the extra from these games. You got interested in Chinese and Japanese history from these games, right? But it's mostly an extra thing, not a main thing. Marksmania. I look at Segubasa as super accurate, so I always look at Nobunaga weirdly not having a shortcut. What do you mean Tarakatsu wasn't a Gundam? Let's go. Guys, you mean to tell me Hideyoshi did not punch the ocean back in the day? He did not punch the ocean to dry? Homer and Odyssey is a semi-fictional book written around 750 BC, recounting memories of the Bronze Age, of the Bronze Age about 1200 BC. Ah, interesting. So it's basically kind of like Luo Guangzhong's Three Kingdoms. I forgot what dynasty the Romance of the Three Kingdoms was written during Luo Guangzhong's period. Yeah, I see. It was Luo Guangzhong. Kind of makes me like watching the Odyssey. Kind of makes me want to play some more Greek mythology games like God of War or Spartan Total Warrior. And I have never played Warriors of Troy, by the way. Warriors Legends of Troy, the one that Koei made with Achilles. Oh, in Ming Dynasty, I see. The golden age of Chinese literacy. Nice. I see. Thank you for the information. Are you telling me Zhang He wasn't zesty? Indeed. Zhang He wasn't fabulous. What do you mean Dian Wei wasn't bald? All right. Have you ever heard of this game called Shin Sangoku Musou on PSP? Yeah, that's Dynasty Warriors. Shin Sangoku Musou is the Japanese name for Dynasty Warriors in general. For Samurai Wars, it's called Sengoku Musou. But Shin Sangoku Musou started with Dynasty Wars 2. So, like, here's the thing. Dynasty Wars 1 in Japanese is called Sangoku Musou. But Dynasty Warriors 2 is called Shin Sangoku Musou, or True Three Kingdoms Warrior. They don't treat Dynasty Wars 2 as a sequel. Instead, they treat it as a different game. So every new Dynasty Wars release is always at 1 when it comes to numbering. For example, Shin Sangoku Musou 3 is Dynasty Wars 4. Shin Sangoku Musou 4 is Dynasty Warriors 5. But not for Samurai Warriors. Guan Yu has long hair down, not besides long beard. I mean, back in the day, Chinese men do have longer hair. They do have longer hair, right? Hello, welcome to this. Hey, my samurai comrades. My samurai comrade. Yeah, so how do you do, buddy? What should I call you, by the way? Yeah, so I mentioned on stream that one of my audience called me samurai comrade. Yeah, this is the guy. I'm not Japanese, by the way. I'm from Indonesia. But most of you guys know me from playing samurai games, so I don't blame you for thinking I'm some kind of samurai. Good day, fellow comrade. Indeed. Are you telling me Yukimura didn't ride 2 spears as it drags towards Nobunaga? Katana wasn't gray. Nah, he was red. Alright. At least he acknowledges your comrade, yeah. Also, thank you for pronouncing my full name correctly. Just call me RJ. Ah, so, yeah, RJ. Love that name. That's actually a good nickname. Oh, and fun fact, Saruta Sasuke is actually a fictional character. And it's not from Basara, okay? In the Sanada, I do believe the Sanada Braves are fictional characters. I do like Nohime's moveset in Summer Wars 5, the bow. Yeah, the Sanada 10 Braves. They're fictional characters. I just saw you recommend it on my home feed. I initially thought you were Filipino from your accent, and being Filipino myself. Croatian neighbors, yeah. I'm Indonesian. Hello, my Filipino fella. I do have some Filipino watchers. I've collaborated with a Filipino before. Yeah, I've streamed with a Filipino VTuber, Morphe. Amazing dude, by the way. Some of the games I streamed here were given by Morphe, so I owe him a lot. So I was able to stream Summer Wars 5 because I got the game I got the game free from Morphe, and I was able to stream Dynasty Wars Origins from Morphe as well. I returned the favor to him when he gave me a review copy for Dynasty Wars Origins. I bought him Final Fantasy 16. Another Filipino. Hey, Kili, welcome. Good to see you, Filipinos. How do I say good evening in Filipino? Let me see. Good evening in Filipino. In Tagalog. Let's see.
Magandang gabi.
Magandang gabi. Hope I pronounced it right. I hope I pronounced that right. Okay. I'm sorry if I butchered your language. Yeah, siblings. You know that. I'm glad you. Oh, darn it. Yeah, you know that term, siblings. Hey, what up? Yeah. I guess we have South Korea to thank for that. If you know, you know. You did good, actually. Oh, Mark's Mania. Wait, you're Filipino too, right? I'm in America, though, so it's noon here. I see. Well, it's not where I am. This game deserves more love in my country. I thought this game is popular in your country. One thing I do like when I talk about games with fellow siblings or even Middle Easterns is that most of the games we grew up are similar. Like when I talk about Sengoku Basara, a lot of my Filipino viewers say the same thing. Oh, Sengoku Basara is more popular there, or Sengoku Basara 2 Heroes is a popular game over there. And I talked to some of my Saudi Arabian viewers or any like Arab countries there. They say more or less the same thing. Oh, Sengoku Basara. Well, Sengoku Basara is Dynasty and Summer Wars are still more popular there, but they know of Sengoku Basara's. They know of like Japanese exclusive games. Yeah, the accent is fine. I used to have Filipino teachers when I was in high school, by the way, because I studied in an international school. That was a long time ago. The Moroder is here. Mudayo. Oh, I even shared some of the collaboration project as well for voice acting. So, yeah, I haven't shared it on Discord as well on this channel. I did a Japanese fan dub voice acting. Japanese fan voice acting project for Honkai Star Rail. I voice J-Pod Lando. And there's also gonna be another collaborative voice acting project, but this time it's in English. We're voicing characters from Reverse 1999. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Reverse 99. It's a mobile game. School times was 50% Warriors games and the rest of... Yeah, that was for me too. In my bro, okay. I feel your Filipino Rose. Yasmin came out in Street Fighter. Oh yeah, Yasmin is Filipino. The one Filipino character I remember in fighting games was Talim, right, from Soul Calibur. Talim is Filipino as well. But in my experience, there's not many Dynasty Warriors, Summer Warriors, Segubasa fans that I found. I've had to explain to them what that is through Hyrule, Fire Emblem, One Piece, Pride Warriors. Understandable, yeah. I mean, me here, they know Musou games. Like, for example, they know Sengoku Basara games, but they don't know who these characters are. They just say, oh yeah, I played these games when I was a kid. When I was a kid in a PlayStation 2 cafe. I just played them because they look good. Nothing wrong with that, but I told these people, if you're gonna talk Sengoku Basara with me, don't expect me to use terms that are used in PS2 rents back in the day, because I don't play like people. When I remember, like when I play Sengoku Basara, when I was live streaming Sengoku Basara a couple of years ago, and there are some Indonesian viewers using PS2 PlayStation rent or PlayStation Cafe terms. I wasn't understand. Like, for example, please play as Orochimaru. I was like, who's Orochimaru? Okay. Oh, it's the long hair white guy, like the long white haired guy, the guy with the long white hair. Oh, Mitsuhide or Tenkai. I don't know these names. Like, oh, how do you not know these terms when you play Sengoku Basara? Have you never played Basara in a PlayStation rental? I said no, I've never experienced a PlayStation rental because I owned a PS2 back in the day at home. Okay, I played. I was just shut in when I was in school. Okay, every time after school, all I do is go back to my room, lock the door. Play SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, and boot up SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, and watch Tori Wilson's entrance video. Okay, I may exaggerated, but yeah, most times when I was at school, I go home, take a shower, go to my room, and then boot up PS2. I don't know, maybe play Dynasty or Samurai Warriors, or maybe some Tokusatsu games. Yeah, and also some SmackDown games, WWE games. Right? Yeah, PS2 cafes or like PS2 rentals. We still have PlayStation rentals here, but I don't. Basically, you pay money to play PlayStations for 1 or 2 hours. But yeah, I don't do that because I own my video games at home. All right, I told people, like, this is not like me stroking my ego or poor shaming people, but when I was a kid, I was spoiled with video games. Okay, I have all the not all. I have most of the video games that are popular. I owned, like when I was in kindergarten, I owned a Sega Mega Drive. I owned a Super Nintendo. I owned a Nintendo 64, which I still do, by the way. I own a PS1, PS2. I stopped owning even like the handheld consoles, right? I owned original Game Boy and also Game Boy Advance. and also Sega Game Gear. I do like the Game Gear. It's just that thing, you know, the Game Gear drains your battery like crazy, and you need 6 batteries to play the Game Gear instead of 4 like in the original Game Boy. So yeah, I stopped owning any new consoles after PlayStation 2 until 2022, where I bought I finally bought a PC, a gaming PC, and also Nintendo Switch. So Nintendo Switch was a console that I owned after 18 years not buying a new console. Okay, let's see. It's so popular in my region to the point they'll call any Musou game a Basa game. Hey, you know what? That's interesting, Marksmania, because it happened to where I am at as well, right? It happened on my region as well. Whenever they see like Samurai Warriors or Hyrule Warrior, or any like Musou games, they will call it, oh, this looks like Basra. It happens to me. Like, it happens to our region. I wish the Samurai Warriors 1 costume made into the second game. Yes! Samurai Warriors 1 and Samurai Warriors 2 should have been an unlockable costume in this game, right? I do like what they did in Warriors GZ. So in Warriors GZ, the third costume is a Samurai Warriors 1 costume, and the fourth costume is the alternate costume of Samurai Warriors 1. That's actually good. It's a shame that the alternate Samurai Warriors 1 costume did not make a return in Warriors Orgy 3. I don't know why they didn't bring that back. Only for certain characters. Yeah, excluding for certain characters. My favorite Filipino fighting character was Dave Bautista. I just look up Talim and she's supposed to be Filipino. She looks like Chinese to me. She's Filipino, but her stage is like in Soul Calibur 3. But yeah, she's a Filipino, but her stage is somewhere near Saudi Arabia. I put a lot of games. A big what's LOK? Oh, Legacy of Kain. I see. Legacy of Kain games, Dynasty Warriors, Segu Basara, MGS, and so on. My favorites are Legacy of Kains, if you know about those. Yeah, I know about those from Mura, by the way. Which, again, I have not played any of the Legacy of Kain games. A lot of people tell me that I should experience it. Maybe I'll again. I am still considering streaming that game. I got into Jak and Daxter because of Mura as well. I actually streamed Jak and Daxter, the first one, last year. In the Philippines, too, when they see Musou game, they call it Basara, and I was kind of annoyed because Musou games were released before Basara. Yet same goes with me. Same. You guys also have PS2 cafes? Again, yeah, we have PS2 cafes or rentals. It's just that I don't, like, we have internet cafe, like, okay, back in my day when I was a teenager, people play in PlayStation rentals. They also play games in internet cafes, you know? I mean, internet cafes are still a thing here. Of course, they played, you know, like Dota, Valorant, those kind of games. Back then, we had Counter-Strike and also Point Blank, if you remember. If some of you have played that game, yeah. Point Blank and Dota were like the two most popular games in internet cafes back in the day. But again, I don't go to internet cafes or PlayStation rentals to play games because I have all the games that I wanted to play back when I was a teenager. PS2 cafes and rentals are a thing in the past where I live. They always talked about games like, yeah, this is the interesting part, Marksmania, especially talking to fellow siblings, Filipinos and Thais, for example, especially. We grew up mostly with the same experience. So whenever Mark's here, whenever you guys here, you Filipinos here, talk about your experience with video games as a kid, it feels very similar. Like, it feels super familiar for me because we experienced more or less the same thing. Just as well. Yeah, exactly. When people say Kamen Rider, oh, Power Rangers. Oh, come on, dude. Our PS2 Xbox rental were kind of like karaoke machines, but with two controllers somehow tightly wrapped with a steel chain. I've seen that kind of what's the word? A concept as well, but not in Indonesia. I remember that was the thing when I was in kindergarten back in Melbourne. Yeah, a long time ago. long time ago in Melbourne, and they used to do that but instead of PlayStation, they have Nintendo 64. So they have this box where you can play Nintendo 64, and the controller is chained to that box. I played a lot of arcades when I was a kid. Those were popular. I'm old. Arcades are still a thing, honestly. Okay, I'm kind of glad arcades are still a thing. Though some games kind of like disappeared in arcades. For example, fighting games in arcades are kind of like a thing in the past now. But arcades, I was in like yesterday. I went to a mall because we watched a movie, right? There was an arcade, and most of the games are shooter games or racing games. Like, we still have Mario Kart GP. We still have Wangan Midnight, the racing game. There are still like mostly racing arcade games. They still have shooting games like Time Crisis and arcades. And I was actually surprised to find a Tekken 7 cabinet in the arcade. Are Musou games popular in Indonesia? Yeah, Musou games are quite popular in Indonesia. I asked my Discord friend to look up PS3 rentals, and they were kind of fuming, like, what did they do to my boy? Look how they massacred my boy. Alright, let's continue. Tetorigawa.
いらっしゃいませ。今日は特売品があります。たくさん買ってくださいね。たくさんの
But Cookie, I used to be an arcade guy when I was very, very young, okay? Even in high school. So my most vivid memory of arcades is actually when I was in high school. Like, every Friday, I save up some money so I can play Tekken 6 in the arcade. I bet that you played Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, The Punishers, Puzzle Bobble, Metal Slug, King of Fighters, Aero Fighters, and arcade games. Croatian Kane. I'm not sure what generation of arcade he experienced, because those are some really OGs. Now, I experienced. Here's the thing, Nidal. I did experience arcades in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. I've said it before on previous streams that back when I was in elementary school, again in the early 2000s, we do go to arcades every Saturdays. Like, when we go to arcades on Saturday, the first game that I usually pick was Virtua Fighter 2. Yeah, Virtua Fighter 2 was the first game I picked. And the character that I always pick was Kagemaru, because I like ninjas. Before I even know what Tekken is, Virtua Fighter 2 was the first 3D fighting game that I ever played. Like, I was so blown away with Virtua Fighter 2 back in the day, even though I constantly get my ass kicked, because that game is quite difficult. Yeah, Virtua Fighter 2, like, I'm talking about like classic arcades in the early 2000s, late 90s, right? Virtua Fighter 2, I played Marvel Superheroes as well when it comes to fighting games. I still play Marvel Superheroes to this day. The arcade version on emulator, and also the Sega Saturn version, because the Sega Saturn version is the best version for the home console. I kind of wish, now we have Marvel Tokon as a standalone Marvel fighting game, and that's great. But I do kind of wish we had a one-on-one Marvel fighting game like we did with Marvel Superheroes. Just have a big roster. Have a roster of 30 characters and a one-on-one Marvel and one-on-one fighting game with Marvel characters. I would love to see that. Marvel Superheroes, beat 'em ups. What do I play back in the day when it comes to beat 'em ups? I play mostly beat 'em ups on SNES and Sega. On SNES and Mega Drive. I played a lot of Captain Commando on PS1, and also Panzer Bandit on PS1. Amazing game, by the way. By the way, Nidal, I made because you're talking about the arcade games, I made a top 20 2D beat 'em up game. Go check that out, by the way. Shameless promotion. Go check that out after after I'm done with the stream. Go check the top 20 2D beat 'em ups. Metal Slug. Oh yeah, I love Metal Slug. Pinball machines. Yeah, pinball machines. Wonder if the Japan only Dynasty Wars games on PSP like remakes or something, or just straight up ports. No, it's a completely different game. It's a completely different game. They're not ports, they're not remakes, it's a completely different game. I only played on arcade twice, short after I got a PS1 from grandma. I see. Pinball machines. I don't think I have any experience with actual arcade games unless I count that one where you shoot hoops. Yeah, the basketball arcade games. Like try to shoot hoops as much as you can. Metal Slug, Tekken 3, and some space shooters. I can't remember the names, but they were my favorite. You had space shuttle and going through levels like Contra. Man, God bless you play Contra. That game is an absolute nightmare to play. I still have trouble playing Contra to this day. It's one of fighting game arcade OGs. Yeah. Contra. I still couldn't beat Contra 3. Okay? Contra 3 is damn hard. Time Crisis, yeah, I love rail shooters. Time Crisis, House of the Dead, Virtua Cop. Alright, gonna fight the Uesugi. Let's start. I love Contra so much. Yeah, Contra is great. I'm more of a Metal Slug guy though, Cookie. To beat a masterpiece. Have you beaten Contra 1, by the way, Mark's Mania? The first Contra game on NES. Nice. Speaking of video games, if you go to conventions here, like AFA or any Weeb conventions, most of the cosplayers are cosplaying as Hoyoverse characters. Or games similar to Hoyoverse, you know? Like most of them are cosplaying as Genshin characters. For video games, okay? Genshin characters, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves. It's a very popular game here. Nothing against that, you know? And, you know, say what you want about Hoyoverse games. Say what you want about Genshin Impact. Say what you want about Honkai Star Rail. I know Wuthering Waves is not a Hoyoverse game. Say what you want about these gacha games, but you can't deny you can't deny that they have really good character designs. A lot of the character designs are amazing in games like Genshin Impact. Let's go. They do look good in cosplay events. A VTuber I know is absolutely obsessed with Hoyo games. I see the appeal. Yeah. Again, it's not my kind of game, but I do understand why people like Hoyoverse games. Yeah, it's free, you know. I'm nothing against free games. It's easy to access everyone. You know, it's easy to be played by anyone because of its free entry. Now, some people complain about the grind, some people don't. Some people enjoy the grind. It is what it is. Oh yeah, other than Hoyoverse games or similar games to that, some of the most popular cosplays here are Love and Deep Space cosplays. And like, considering I hang out with the VTuber community a lot, which most of the audience for VTubers are girls here. Yeah, they whenever I hang out with the Discord or like in conventions, they really love talking about Love and Deep Space, which I don't mind. I don't mind when people talk about Love and Deep Space to me. I don't play the game, but I admired when I admired people's enthusiasm for certain things. I mean, I myself is a Musou enthusiast. I like to talk about Musou games or other games non-stop to other people, so I don't mind when they talk about their interest in certain lore, like in Genshin or Love and Deep Space. Who are drag you to what? I played some Genshin Impact. It was good, but that was at the beginning. Interesting enough, Kuki, you mentioned Mura as well. Like, the first time I met Mura was actually not from a yes, from a streamer who plays Musou game, Lighty the Noob. But the first time I actually saw him was actually on a Genshin stream, not on a Musou stream. Back when he was still playing Genshin Impact. I personally dislike the Hoyo first game. Yeah, I mean, it's not for everyone. But I kind of get the appeal of Hoyoverse games. Especially in this economy. Right? Nice, yeah. I played Star Rail a bit, but then ditched it because I realized I'm not into the stories with a lot of badass girls and flamboyant men. And from my friend's experience with Honkai Star Rail, he dropped it as well. One reason he dropped it was because the game was super dragging for him. Like, he feels like he's spending a lot of time in Honkai Star Rail, an unhealthy amount of time, and parts of the story in Honkai Star Rail, again, I'm talking based on his opinion, I'm not talking my opinion. In his opinion, a lot of the story, like especially the dialogue, is just super dragging for him. And instead of going through that, he'd rather play Dynasty Wars 4 for the thousandth time. Same goes with me. Like, I don't mind playing Super Mario 64 for the 100th time already, and I don't mind playing it again. Super Mario 64 is GOAT. I don't mind going over to Dynasty Wars 5 again for the God knows how many times. Did you know Mura is your best man? Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. That's cool. He's your best man in your wedding. That's a sign of a true bro, by the way. Mura also told me when Final Fantasy VII Rebirth came out, you guys no-life the shit out of that game. You basically isolate yourself until you finish that game. You literally no-life the shit out of it. And he said like he will most likely no-life the shit out of Dynasty Wars 3 Remastered. There's just something about Chinese Korean character in games that I just don't like. The fact it's usually, well, zesty, to me at least. But you can't deny this, okay? I actually talked about this with Mora, my friend. You can't deny that most of the pretty looking female characters are from Asian games, Japanese and, Japanese and Korean games, even Chinese games. Like, thank God for Asian games for making, beautiful women. We absolutely did. We do that with some games. Yeah, and I'm still halfway. I haven't touched Final Fantasy VII Rebirth again because I've been playing something else. That game is big. Like, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth being big is both a positive and a negative to me. The positive is, yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a pretty looking game. There's a lot to do. It gives that sense of adventure. But the negative part of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I feel like the game is a bit too bloated for me. I have a feeling that you're talking about Stellar Blade. I haven't played that game, by the way. My room is suddenly filled with cockroach. You know, that thing had... Oh! Yeah, better make sure it's clean, buddy. Yeah, I know it's rainy season and, yeah, we need to start cleaning. Especially in kitchens and bathrooms. That's usually where the cockroaches love to be. I'm gonna lose sleep for Final Fantasy 3. Hey, it's worth it, at least. Speaking of Stellar Blade, yeah, I know. I haven't watched the video, by the way, but it was all over my Instagram feed. Oh, Stellar Blade got backlash because they produced AI slop music video. Mudayo. I love how Nohime is killing villagers right now, despite the last stage she was rescuing them. Boo-boo the Cockroach King. You should watch the later half of it, Profar. It's the most outlandish thing. Is viewer discretion advice? You keep sending them. I'll keep knocking them down. She's doing a reverse Power Ranger, saving the city to destroy it later. Let's see. Bombs. Oh, reinforcements. No, not that. It's summer, so it's normal for mosquitoes and roaches to wake up from their slumber. Ugh. No, not that outlandish. It's just something you never thought someone would do with an AI character aside for making her a music video. But still, you know, discretion still advised watching that. Like, discretion and not disturbing content, but cringe content. My biggest weakness is saving the Musou attacks in all games. Saving the Musou attacks. Nah, yeah, I just like to go all in. Which chapter? What do you mean? This is chapter 3. With 2 more chapters to go. Chapters 4 and 5. We're not gonna play the dream chapter because you need to finish Oichi's story to do that. Let's keep productive to stop AI. I don't really agree with people being against AI too much, because the way I look at AI is a tool at the end of the day. My problem with AI is not necessarily the AI itself, it's how people use the AI. I am against generative AI. It's like, if you want to make art, just use AI. No, you know, you can use AI to enhance certain art. You know, like for example, when I'm recording in a video, voice recording, I tend to use the AI tools. You know, like I tend to use the AI tools to make my voice clearer, and I use the AI tools to bring some effects. I don't mind if AI being used, like here, for example. In emulators, they upscale your games using AI upscaling, right? Yeah, I don't mind if AI being used as tools, because that's how AI is. AI is tools. I'm against AI being too general. Like, I'm against AI being generative. Oh, you want to make an art? You want to make a music? Yeah, just use AI. And I don't think, again, I might be wrong. Okay, I don't think AI is going to replace, you know, movies and like human-made movies, music, video games, and so on. They're, at the end of the day, they're just gonna be used as tools. Again, that's how I see it, of course. I'm not a soothsayer at the end of the day. Bro, pamit dulu ya, mau tidur? Oke, selamat tidur, Tantio. That's what I meant actually, I'm just too lazy of a type person, yeah. I don't mind people using AI for leverage, not to replace your thinking. For example, let's say you want to make a letter, a motivation letter, for example. Oh, I'm applying for a job, or applying, again, an application letter, all right? You should attempt to write that letter by yourself, right? What most people do is that, oh, I need to make an application letter. All right, I'll ask AI to write for me. I do not like that. You should think, you know, you should, because a letter writing reflects who you are. So you should write the letter based on your own thoughts. First, based on your own thoughts and based on the knowledge of how to write properly. You can use AI when you already attempt to write for yourself and then need a little bit of reference for, let's say, oh, what's the best words I can use? You know, what's the best words I can use to convince this job application or this scholarship application? You can use AI to help you process your right. Not process your right. What's the word I'm looking for? As leverage, okay? You can use AI to leverage or to enhance your writing. You could say, right? Oh, let's say I'm having trouble using the right words, or you make your draft first. Like, you make your draft, you make your letter. I'm done again, and your first draft is done, and you proofread that, and then let's say you need some questioning. Maybe you can ask an AI, or you can use an AI like, hey, what words should I use? Like I'm using this sentence. What do you think is the better words that I can use? Again, you know what I'm saying, right? The thing with AI is that I watched this video. There are two types of people when they use AI. One, they use AI to enhance their thinking or to enhance their work. Let's say, for example, when you're doing a work like writing, making a video, writing, for example. When you're doing a writing, you basically you do the writing first. You do some research. You learn how to write properly, and then when things kind of like, I'm stuck right now. You know, I'm stuck. I need some help. Maybe you go to AI. You know, maybe you ask an AI to help you out if you're stuck. But basically, you've attempted to do the work first. Then you use AI as leverage, right? Then you use AI as a tool to help you when you already do the basic work. And then the second type of people is replacing their work with AI. And this is the one I'm against, okay? I am against, like, there's this, okay, you know these, like, content creation schools in Facebook and Instagram? Oh, learn how to be a content creator, or learn how to be a YouTuber. Like, for example, oh, you don't have and some of the advices they give are batshit insane in my opinion. Oh, you don't know what videos you want to make? Okay, just use AI. Oh, you don't have an idea to write a script? Use AI. Basically, everything that you want to do as a content creator, use AI. And then, why are we, like, what's the purpose of them becoming a content creator? Oh, so we can make money. And that's my issue, okay? you think content creation is an easy money, then you rely on AI. Oh, just everything just AI so that I can make that easy money. That's lazy to me, okay? I am against that. I am against replacing your work, replacing your brain, replacing your effort with AI so you can get a quick buck, or so you can get that job done quickly. I am against that. Okay, I am totally against generative AI to replace all the work. Okay, you should do the work first, then use AI to help you with your work, not to do your work. If you know what I'm saying, right? AI shouldn't be used for schools or most everyday things like emails and things like that. Maybe to enhance it, but most of it should be by your words. Exactly, 100% I agree. One use AI for enhance your time, other use AI to make AI novel slop. Yeah. So here's an interesting. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the Indonesian VTuber community again. Whenever someone caught fucking up, okay, whenever someone caught doing no-nos on the internet, they always make an apology letter, and the apology letter is AI generated. Like, come on, if you're going to say sorry, since like you cannot say, it's like you cannot sincerely apologize to people with by using AI. Okay, you need to say the things you have to say because it's insincere, right? And most of these like AI generate, like for example, there's this one VTuber who made a statement on Twitter, and I read his statement, right? I read his statement, and his statement, I'm not gonna say his name, okay? His statement felt super off because he's repeating words often. Like for example, I apologize for what I've done, and then couple of tweets or paragraphs later, he said the same thing. I apologize for what I've done. I take accountability in the second paragraph, and then the second to last paragraph, he said I'm taking accountability. When I read that for the first time, I was like, why are you repeating the same lines over and over again? And then I found out I found out from someone else. Someone else pointed out that his apology statement or apology letter was AI generated, like was 80% AI generated. I was like, you cheeky little bastard. How could you do this? Not only you fuck up once, you fuck up twice. Okay? Actually, I asked AI for many of my questions regarding modding process with my Switch. It was very helpful, mostly. Yeah, so the way I use AI, for example, if I'm looking for something, I use AI and then they give me information, and I ask the AI, where did you get this information? Please link me the information, right? So I use AI to double search, you could say. If I can't find the information I want, I use AI I use ChatGPT or Gemini AI to find out the information, and I ask the AI, give me the give me the link. Where did you get that information? And then they give me the reference, or if they don't give me a reference, then I'm not going to use that reference, and I'm not going to use that as my source of information. I'm going to use something else. When you say it like that, the irony is that HR company uses AI to replace that entire. Yeah, that is ridiculous. The second type human is the reason why Skynet exists. Yeah. You can use it to enhance stuff you're unsure, or to ask something. That's my. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. Once again, I am against AI to replace thinking. I'm okay with AI to help you think. I'm against AI to replace you, to replace thinking. There are also cases where you have a problem that is too specific, that there's even no random post asking about it. So you ask AI since it has all the info to combine stuff to make an answer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Fall of the Takeda. Yeah, we're fighting the Takeda Alliance. Yeah, after this is the last stage. Konoji.
盛況を誇った武田も小次郎に追い込まれたものの
全軍に命ず滅ぼし尽くせ。
上田城は自然の要因見えない道が思わぬところにつながっているから
上三家は意によって真田正幸殿にお味方し、我らが主維新の運敵信長を討つ。
And by the way, you can make slop without AI. You can make YouTube slop without AI, and there are a lot of examples. One of them is Watch Mojo. Watch Mojo. Not gonna lie, I used to watch Mojo back in the day. Right? It's a nice, easy watch. I'm gonna give them that. But Watch Mojo is the definition of AI slop before AI slop. Like, they're not AI slop, they're human slop. Human-made slop. Yeah, if you're familiar with Watch Mojo's content, right? Like, that is a definition of slop, and they've been doing it before AI was a thing. MGS2 was wild? Yeah, no, please don't make MGS2 a reality, yeah. Or don't make First Light a reality, because I've been playing First Light. Okay, First Light is actually a good story about AI. A good take on the AI story. So, if you played First Light, the entire plot is that MI6 has an AI for an intel called Thea. But they found out that most of their intelligence success was based on of a false intel that the AI made. So the AI made a huge mistake, but they didn't realize it because the company behind the AI, Web Industries, was covering up. So whenever, let's say, the AI says something, or yeah, whenever the AI gave them an information that is not true, Web Industries dispatched their mercenaries to fix it. Not fixing the AI, but fixing the incident. So, as John Greenway said in the game, they're correcting the facts to fit the AI's narrative or to fit the data. Let's say, for example, the AI Thea says that, oh, there is a terrorist attack in Baghdad, Iraq, right? By a certain group of people. Turns out that's a false. That was a false info. So what the villain did, the Web Industries, they dispatched their mercenaries to dress as the terrorist group and perform the terrorist attack in Baghdad. Again, Greenway said it, like John Greenway said it. Correct. They're altering the facts to fit the AI's data. That's actually a pretty good. That's actually a pretty interesting take on the AI story. It's basically telling you that AI is nothing more than a machine. AI is nothing more than a machine that is being programmed by a human. And it can fuck up, you know? It does fuck up. And that's what games like MGS2 and MGS4 is telling. Even in the end, you guys who play MGS4, right? In the ending of MGS4, Big Boss said it best, right? About AI. At the end, AI is just a machine. They're just repeating patterns over and over again, and that's what they do. They're not necessarily, what's the word I'm looking for? Sentient. They're not sentient. They're just repeating they're just repeating the program or their prompt over and over again, and because of a glitch, they're repeating the pattern that was not intended to be used or intended to be by the original programmer. Ken Dantlu, welcome to stream, buddy. Every single time I see a trope of AI learning emotion site, yeah. Again, That's why I said First Light got a First Light. Yeah, First Light got it really. First Light had an interesting take about AI, right? It's not about AI being sentient. No, it's about AI fucking up, and then the company behind the AI trying to fix, like trying to alter the facts so that the AI seemed or the AI seemed correct. Yeah, exactly. Slops are a thing. Were a thing before AI exists. It's like Lali Lulelo in real life, but dumber regarding James Bond. Yeah, you should experience the story of First Light. I think I don't really do much justice talking about the game here. It's a game that you guys really need to play. It's like, again, that is my game of the year for 2026. Watch Mojo is a good example of fast info. Yeah, fast food content as well. Even it's more sloppier now because the owner CEO Ashkan from a Gen AI song. Yeah, exactly. Even like I watched this from I forgot what channel, but even Ashkan when he was explaining or he's promoting his AI slop music, he even used AI to describe why he made these music. Definitely play it. Oh, absolutely amazing game. When people say, "Oh, technology is objective," like AI is objective, it does not have any human biases. That's false. AI does have human biases. Why? Because AI is being programmed by a human. Hell, even James Bond covered that in the in First Light. Like Bond asked Q, how come people did not realize the AI was fucking up, right? How come people did not realize that Thea, MI6 AI, made a false intel? And Q gave the best answer, in my opinion. He said the reason why people didn't the reason why people do not notice AI's behavior or AI's mistake is confirmation bias. Why? People believe what they want to believe. Or the mind sees what it wants to see. And when you make a that's why you should never chat with an AI like a friend, or you should never treat AI like a friend. Why? Because when you treat AI as your chatting friend, it has it confirms your bias. If anything, AI is biased as fuck. Right? AI is biased as fuck. People are mostly dumb. I find an interesting quote somewhere, like, it's a thing that I've always heard since I was in school. Usually, the smarter people are, the more it realize that the more you know, the more you realize that you don't know. That's actually how smart people are. They realize the more they know stuff, the more they learn things, the more they realize, hey, you know, I don't know jack shit. AI scams and blackmailing is becoming more real every day. It's not becoming more real every day. It's already happening. go. Again, when it comes to you can't stop the advancement of technology. Technology is always about how you use them. Wow, everyone's ganging up on me right now. It's Butekia. I'll chat a little later. Let me finish these guys. But I don't think, again, I understand your concern, I understand you're scared, but I don't think people need to get over scared at the same time, because, you know, I've seen this pattern before, like in, oh, people are afraid of the internet. People were afraid, I remember when I was in high school, people are afraid of Photoshop. Like, people have fear of Photoshops as much as, like, it's almost, like, no, as much as people are afraid of deepfakes these days. Let's see. Especially AI-generated forged evidence. Imagine someone sent you a photo of your girlfriend cheating and you can't tell if it's AI. Yeah, I understand the concern. Of course, it's everyone's everyone have concern about that. Which is why, again, to me, with the advancement of technology, people need to advance their thinking as well. You cannot have smart technology with dumb users. Like, if we have smart technology, people need to be smarter as well. Like, whenever I digest an information, I always think, okay, I need to speak a little bit more fluently, and sometimes it kind of bothering me. Whenever there's an information, I have to think, is this what? Okay, I usually, like, whenever there's an information that is either like too good or too bad to be true, I need to rethink. Like, I need to do my due diligence. Whenever there are new information, every information, I always think twice or search twice to make sure that's real or not. Because even without AI, people do believe easily with the forged proof. So yeah, whenever there are news or information that is like way too good or way too bad, you need to think twice. Or any information in that regards. Even when, like, at the simplest form, for example, when people talk about video games, oh, Summer Wars 5 is I remember someone saying Summer Wars 5 is the highest selling game in the series. And I was like, really? Let me check that. Oh, turns out it wasn't. People misread. People actually misread. People thought, like, oh, Summer Wars 5 sold 8 million copies. No, it did not sell 8 million copies. Samurai Warriors 5 was able, like, because of Samurai Warriors 5, the Samurai Warriors series in general sold 8 million copies. It's two different things. Yeah, a quick search is enough, but again, most people don't really want to do that because it's too much work. oh, it's I don't have time to to double search the info, but you do have so much time to share the info, right? I always say that if you have time to share, you have time to search. And again, people believe. Here's that. Oh, some people believe about misleading facts or like misleading information. And again, I'm gonna reiterate what Q said in first light. Most cases, when I see people believing misinformation, it's not necessarily because they're being misinformed. It's because the information they were given suits their narrative, suits their bias. Especially when it comes to like information about politics. Oh, this certain politician fucked up. Turns out the information was not true, but he believes it. Why? Because it fits his narrative. As Q said, why do people not realize misinformation from AI? Because confirmation bias. The AI, people will believe, like, people prefer to believe misinformation than real information if it suits their narrative. And that is scary indeed, right? So what I try to do is that I do not let my bias get the best of me. Oh, now we have a lot of viewers right now talking about AI. Thank you guys so much, by the way. Real talk with Profar is a thing. Hello, Fenrir. Okay, Fenrir. Welcome to the stream. I still would expect even in 5 years' time, but this will be the peak of the series for most fans. But I would like to be proved wrong. Maybe Summer Wars Origins. Yeah, we'll see. I still think this. Like, I have to. I either in my. Damn it, Profar, why can't you speak? In my opinion, at least, I consider either this game or Summer Wars 4 as the best in the series. Hey, Masamune, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's difficult to talk while streaming, but that will get fixed in time. I don't really know where. Okay, let's move to a different topic. We already, I think I already discussed what I want to talk about AI. Samurai Warriors. I honestly don't know where they're going with Samurai Warriors for Koei Tecmo. They kind of had an interesting idea with Samurai Wars 5, but they ditched that game as well. I don't see them doing anything exciting with Samurai Wars 5. Again, that ship has long sailed. It's too little, too late to make an expansion or an Empires game based off Samurai Wars 5. They might as well just make a new Samurai Wars game at this point. Maybe a Samurai Wars Origins? I would love to see that. TN, I'm not sure where they're going with Samurai Warriors. The Sanada brothers. Again, yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from, Marsmania. I have that same concern as well. NPC Nobuyuki, yeah. I've said it before at the end that if Summer Wars 6 becomes a thing, my prediction is that they're gonna make it as a sequel to Summer Wars 4 instead of Summer Wars 5. They're gonna do what they did with Summer Wars 4, have all of the characters, have all the movesets, and then add more characters to it. Because, again, I don't really see them making a sequel to Summer Wars 5 after how they ditched the entire game completely. Oya Karasama. Exactly, yeah, I agree with Nidal here. There's still gonna be flaws because, again, AI is not without human influence.
私の前にひれ伏す
それでこそ魔王の妻ぞ。
敵に背を向けるなど本意ではないが。
Mudayo. Oh, on a different topic, my friend, last Saturday we watched Red Cliff 2 on the Discord server, and my friend told me this. One of my friends told me, I would love to hear Profar singing Chinese. And since, you know, I hang around with the VTuber community a lot, and they love to make music covers, I was thinking, you know, should I make a music cover? I don't think I have the best voice in the world, though. Some people consider my voice as annoying. That's some people being me, by the way. I wish they would keep some of the design in Summer Wars 5, at least make it optional. I agree with you, Tien. My friend Mora gave the idea that older Nobunaga in Summer Wars 5 should have had his classic Summer Wars 4 moveset, right? And enhance it. It's kind of like how older Yukimura is in Spirit of Sada. He had his Summer Wars 4 moveset, but enhanced. Which is why I like that idea for Mora, which is why I do not like the weapon swapping system in Summer Wars 5. Oh, everyone can use anyone's weapon. Again, that was okay in Dynasty Wars 7. I don't mind it in Dynasty Wars 8 because everyone has their own weapons. But after Dynasty Wars 8, I do not want to see that in a Dynasty or Summer Wars series again. I was okay in Dynasty Wars Origins, okay? I was okay with Dynasty Wars Origins because you mostly play as Ziluan. So it's okay with Ziluan having weapons from other characters, right? But I am not okay with having multiple characters where everyone can swap weapons with and use other characters' weapons. Now, fuck, screw that. You know, we need to bring back individual weapon or individual movesets. Movesets should tie to the character, not the weapon. Okay, don't be critical of yourself, Profar. You know, some people, ever since I made my avatar. So there's one content that is like close to VTubers, right? Especially male VTubers, and that's ASMR. When I decide to make an avatar of this Mario-like character, because I like Mario, a lot of my colleagues in the VTuber community thought I was becoming a VTuber. I said no, I'm not becoming a VTuber. I just want to have an avatar to represent me, a character to represent me. Yeah, it is kind of like a VTuber, you know, in that sense. And when I first showed my OC, right, for Profar, some people, the first thing they'll assume is me making ASMR content, which no, please don't. Okay, the thought of me doing ASMR content scares me. Especially, you know, boyfriend roleplay ASMR. Fuck no. No, I'm not gonna do that. Again, just the sheer thought of it makes me scared. Rent our bootleg karaoke machine. karaoke with Profar. My friend even said me like, bro, if you ever decide to sing Bakamita, I'll be your mixer. If you ever decide to sing Bakamita from Yakuza, let me know. I'll mix the song for you. Because I did a voice acting project where I voiced a character by Kuroda Takaya. I think I think I'll upload it here someday. It's on my Instagram page, by the way. Daddy Profar. Dude, stop. Don't give ideas. I could give you some Chinese song option. Actually, there is this one option. There is this one song in Chinese that I really like. It's the ending song for Dynasty Wars 3, Circuit. Love that song. Bohemian Rhapsody. That's a hard song to sing.
私の前にひれ伏したわ。いらっしゃい。抱かれた？気塗られたけ？
Also, Cookie, what kind of a sick freak are you suggesting that? Right, final stage. Before we end the stream, let's power up. Zehimo nashi. Imagine Profar singing Shuihua Piao Piao. There's this Chinese opera song, you know, the one that goes Jing Zhong Hong Jing. That one. I don't know why it stuck in my head. Alright, final stage, Honoji. Let's go. Ah, Kamen Rider 5 has such a good opening song. I was just thinking about what? Jing Zhong Hong Jing. That one? Happy birthday to Hibino Satoshi and happy first anniversary for Armor King Tekken 8 trailer. Nice. That Tom and Jerry meme song. Yeah. So yeah, this friend of mine, he also once, you could not really, yeah, you could call it cosplay, yeah, but he once dressed as Guan Yu in a stage play. Yeah, again, he was doing a Chinese opera stage play as Guan Yu, and like Chinese opera song, and I because he is of Chinese descent, I told him, oh, I know some Chinese opera song, you know, the one that goes Jing Zhong Hong Jing, and then yes, Jing Zhong Hong Jing. That's how he explained it to me. Yes, it's Jing Zhong Hong Jing. We have a group in Croatia singing parody songs of popular bands, and they're hilarious. Bohemian Rhapsody is one of my favorites. Nice. That's actually pretty cool when they can make parody songs. I remember, speaking of Bohemian Rhapsody, I remember when I was first year of college, first year of university. I stumbled upon this song called Calculus Rhapsody. Basically, it's Bohemian Rhapsody, but calculus, mathematics. I find it really creative and catchy as well. They're called Vatro Gasti Firemen. I gotta check that out. So yeah, like Calculus Rhapsody, again, they sing about mathematics. Like, I need to find the area under a curve. Integrate, use an integration. That's good pronunciation. Thanks. I'm back. Old phone died. Okay, welcome back, Masamune. I watched that calculus video a while ago. Looked like a college project, but really, yeah, it is a college project. I need to find the area under a curve. Integrate, use an integration. I'm not constant. I gotta go now, Raphael. All right, thank you, Raphael. Thanks for dropping by. Hope to see you soon. Bohemian Rhapsody. I've heard that, but I haven't I've heard that name, but I haven't heard the song. I think I've said it before, right? When I made this OC, I made the Profar original character. I want it to be close to me, you know? And, okay, here's the thing. I keep pausing the game, but it's okay. I like to talk. One thing I wasn't comfortable with, you can say, when I decided to make my avatar is I don't want to make it too much of a pretty boy, because like a lot of male VTubers, especially, most of their characters are ikemen characters, like pretty boy characters. I'm not against it at all. It's just that I feel like when you're making an avatar, it should be an extension of yourself. And I told Kyoni, the artist, and some of my VTuber friends, like, I don't really like making my Profar original character too much of a pretty boy, because I just don't feel comfortable with it. And I always feel like, despite being a character, being a 2D avatar, I just don't relate with an ikemen that much. Again, this is just a personal experience. And I found out that the philosophy of Mario as a character is very similar. I read an article when Miyamoto Shigeru was making his Mario character. Now, for your information, the first Mario game was actually Donkey Kong, like a 1981 arcade Donkey Kong. And originally, Miyamoto wanted to make a Popeye game. So Mario was originally to be Popeye, Donkey Kong was originally made to be Bluto, and the girl, before Peachy, was Pauline. Pauline was originally meant to be Olive Oil. Now, he decided to make a Mario character, and the original Mario was not a plumber. He was actually a carpenter. And the reason why Miyamoto Shigeru created Mario in Donkey Kong was because he didn't want to make a superhero-like character, like a perfect superhero or an anime character, right? Like most anime MCs, or in this case VTubers, right? Most male VTubers have ikemen as a character. So Shigeru didn't want to make like a superhero character for his MC because he felt uncomfortable with it. Like, it was like not really uncomfortable, but he just felt he can't really, like, how do I say it? He just feel a little shy, not comfortable. He felt a little shy to create a character from it. He created a character from his idea that's perfect. He just feel really shy, so he decided to make Mario as like your regular, everyday, middle-aged man who work regular jobs, right? Because he felt like it's more interesting to make a character like that compared to make a superhero or a shonen anime protagonist. Which, by the way, Mario ended up doing a lot of stuff, right? Throughout the series, he became a jack of all trades. But I find that philosophy somewhat compelling, and I actually apply that to my own original character, like to my own avatar in this YouTube channel. Wrecking Crew was before Super Mario. Yeah. So whenever like I commission an art, I keep asking the artist, can you not make the character too much of a pretty boy? Though some artists aren't able to do that. Like for example, Iroha. I asked an art. She made really good art, and I asked her, can you make the character a little bit more closer to what Kyoni made? Because Kyoni was the artist who made the original character. She was the first one, so I kind of made it a little bit more similar to how she made it. And Iroha said, "Oh, yeah, I apologize." She apologized because she mostly draw Ikemen characters. She told me personally, she can't draw any guys that is not a pretty boy. So it's like, okay, it's fine. But I usually ask artists to not draw me too much of a pretty boy, because I kind of, again, I do not want. It's hard for me to relate to characters that is too much of a pretty boy. You know what I'm saying, right? I like that design though. Same as how I read my own character design. Less appealing, but the appeal comes from within. Yeah, exactly. There's also a very attractive one, but it's very flawed in other ways. Again, I'm not against good-looking characters. Okay, I'm not against Ikemen characters. I'm not against pretty girls. In fact, most of my favorite characters are pretty-looking guys and girls. I'm just saying, for me, okay, for me personally, as an OC. Listen, a lot of audiobooks are my favorite. MC are flawed ones. Exactly. Something like Basara Kenshin. Oh, Basara Kenshin is just beast. Again, my favorite Basara character is a pretty boy, Kojuro. Kojuro is top tier husbando material. Don't at me, okay? That's not an opinion, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fact. Kojuro is best husbando. He's a sigma male material. I can't believe I'm using that word to describe Kojuro. If you disagree with me, you disagree with facts. Yeah, exactly. I understand your concern, Marksmania. Even my good friend, Kumamanda, he's a VTuber as well. Like whenever he sees an art of Profar that looks too handsome, he was like, he doesn't look like you, okay? Kojuro meditating before kicking your ass, yeah. Oh, and I found out, here's the thing, I found out an interesting fact, Cookie. For Final Fantasy VII Part 3, Revelations, so they replaced Kojuro, they replaced Sephiroth's English voice actor, right? Because his original voice actor had conflicting schedule during the recording of Final Fantasy VII Revelations. So the new English voice actor for Kojuro, keep saying Kojuro, for Sephiroth, okay? The new English voice actor for Sephiroth is Travis Willingham, who voiced Kojuro, by the way, in English Kojuro, who voiced Kojuro in Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes and also the anime. And an interesting part is that Sephiroth's Japanese voice actor, Morikawa Toshiyuki, also voiced Kojuro in Sengoku Basara. So both Japanese and English voice actors for Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII Revelation voiced Kojuro in Sengoku Basara. There was a moment where, really, that's some awesome part. Yeah, it is. We got both Kojuro voice actors in Final Fantasy VII Revelation as Sephiroth. There was a moment where I struggled to draw one of my characters. Oh, you're an artist as well, right? Archmania? Because I was purposely making him look not appealing enough to be more relatable in some sense. And again, I don't like making characters ugly, okay? I don't think my OC's ugly, okay? I'm just saying that I don't like it. I don't like making it too much of a pretty boy. Let's go. This weapon design for Nohime is really good. I do like this design. I do like this weapon the best for Nohime. This claws, you know. I will say I do like her moveset in Summer Wars 5. I will say it again. I said it once and I'll say it again. The bow moveset in Summer Wars 5 is by far the best bow moveset in Dynasty and Summer Warriors. Especially as the projectile moveset. Ina's bow moveset in Summer Warriors 1 to 4, or well, Summer Wars 1 to 3 is more of a melee moveset. Summer Wars 4, Ina has more projectiles because of the hyper attacks. But purely from a bow projectile moveset, Summer Wars 5 has the best one. I enjoyed the bow moveset for Huang Zhong in Dynasty Warriors 7 and 8, but it's too stationary. Same goes with Sun Sangxiang. Sun Sangxiang's bow moveset in DW6 is fun, but it's a little bit too repetitive. She just stands in one spot and fires constantly. Though it's more expressive than Huang Zhong in Dynasty Warriors 8. So you don't like the dual pistol in Basara? Yeah, that's a cool moveset. You know, you just stand, walk, and blast through everything. You just, blast away, basically. I do prefer Magoichi's gun moveset than Nohime. It's a lot more variety. It has more variety. Again, Nohime's moveset, I like Nohime playing Nohime in Sengoku Basara. She's in my top 10, by the way, for Sengoku Basara 2 Heroes characters. But the gun moveset is a bit too stationary, or it's a bit too monotonous compared to Magoichi's. It's still fun though. You just blast away with Nohime. Just you fire away non-stop. Garo from One Frame Man. Yeah, It's also Hiro Yui from Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. Yeah, I'm playing on normal. I don't make them ugly too. My thought was just make him cute, not handsome. So I made him chubby, looks like a timid chubby figure. One more attack. I'm more of a dual side kind of guy. Ah, so you like Basa no Mitsuhide. I'm guessing you like CL as well from Clair Obscure. She's the weakest Basa character, Nohime. I'm more of a dual triple katana connected. I'm a sword guy. Yeah, I like swords. CL is awesome. Mm.
斧ついてくるか。
地獄までも。
Treasure boxes still a thing after 2028? Sounds greedy, I know, but single Musou merch is hard to get. Yeah, I would love. Oh wait, what? Oh, we got the dream stage already. All right, I thought that was the end. Okay. I legit thought we had to complete Oichi's story to get the dream stage. I don't know. We still have one more stage. All right then, I'll play along. Yeah, the single Musou. Funny enough, Fender, Chris Gilnart told me it was actually easier for him to look for Sengoku Basara merch than Samurai Warriors merch. Machine Gun verso. Machine Gun verso. I'm more of a Gustav guy though, Cookie. Right, let's do the beauty contest. Yeah, let's do this quick. Nobunaga likes to burn stuff. Sounds about right. I do have some well, it's fan merch though. I haven't posted on this channel. I'll post it later after I'm done with the stream. I want to show you guys. So it's only 2 a.m. So I'll see you soon. Okay, have a nice rest, buddy. It's 1 a.m. for where I am. Yeah, I'm doing this one mission, then I'll call it a night.
可愛いお嬢ちゃん手あげるよなんてこの毛だものイエスよ。ほら2人とも喧嘩はやめなさい。
ネネはもちろん私の味方よね。秀吉の身は
お姉様の味方です。喧嘩はダメ。うちの前見て英語に教えやす。
邪魔よ。
Okay.
いじめられたくなければ帰りなさい。今は天下一の衣装を決めている。分かった。望み通りいじめてあげる。
Go. Gotcha.
そんなんしたらうち力はなんでもありやな。出雲に帰ろう。
Nagamasa.
それがしを見守ってくれ。一への愛の姉上を撃つ。姉上に槍を向けるふり。許してください。
Alright, Trafagallo. Show me what you got.
返り討ちにしてあげるか。違う。それをたっぷり教えてあげる。
Lol. Shovels. Yeah, or Levi from Attack on Titans. Araragi Koyomi from Monogatari. Yeah, Orihara Izaya from Durarara.
我慢してる時より100倍素敵よ。1
Oichi.
戦わなくても定めなの。
You're fighting to earn the title the most beautiful lady in the land.
ならば証明してください。
男どもをひれ伏させ
Goat mentioned.
それが女の
Oh, Izaya? Kamen Rider Black? No, he wasn't black. He was Super 1. He was Kamen Rider Super 1. Mudayo. Muda. Oh, Araragi. Oh, okay, Araragi. I see. Nene. Man, she is resilient. Mato Shinji? Yeah, he was Mato Shinji. That bastard. As I said, he was Kamen Rider Black in Heisei for his Show Rider movie. Oh, okay, I see. Because I remember Kamiya being Kamen Rider Super 1.
私が天下一の
But I forgot what movie. Ah, yeah, all the female characters are here.
立花に勝たず天下一を名乗るなど少子面白いことを言うのね
Ginchio.
天下一の美女を決めましょう
毎日会話が噛み合ってないよ。
これは女の真剣勝負殿方は下がられよさもなくば痛い目を見ることになる
Toshi ain't been defeated.
父上より譲られし来切りが貴様を切
The
る
best female character is Tamamo.
喧嘩は良くないよ。喧嘩を止めるためお父様と戦うよ。
Ah, Nene is fighting me right now.
秀吉がどうなってもいい 天下一の称号は立花家
She reminds me of Kasumi Hachijo.
私が本気で行くよ。
Who? Tamamo? A bit, I guess. Especially when she transformed into QB. Oh no, you don't. Takato looks like Kazama Jin for some reason. Oh, from Summer Wars 4? Yeah, especially with the hair. Did I do this all by myself?
おの様強い。果たして喧嘩を止められるか疑問。
疑問の答えはすぐに教えていらっしゃい。待ってなさい。
天下一の予想を。
いいな。
私なしで決められるはずはありません。
どうしちゃったんでしょう。
Oh, what the hell? That was glitching for a second there. Let's finish this quick. Now that's husbando with Kazuya. Oh, like who? Jin Kazama? Yeah, I agree.
この弓、かわすことができますか。天下一の口を持つ私が天下一なのは道理です。
ってまっすぐな心なのかしら。思わ
どうかうちの人だけは。
冗談だってどんなに私を恐れてる。
お強い。私も負けてません。なんだこの修羅場は。
What, Ranmaru? Why is Ranmaru competing in the Battle of the Beauties?
天下一の美女を決める戦術。
何故。
Best couple contest stage? No, that's in Summer Wars 4. This is the best. This is the beauty contest. And apparently, Ranmaru is joining
どう
in.
でしょう。もうよろしいでしょう。
He's really Astolfo.
いいえ、まだ終わってないわ。あなたが残っている。
蘭丸、白となります。おのお様といえど仕方ありません。
いいわ。本気でいらっしゃい。
Yeah, looks like Ranmaru is our final boss for this stage. You want to be the prettiest maiden in the land, or the prettiest woman in Japan? You got it. Not on my watch, though. Alright, that's it.
ほいでないのに。
天下一の美女はこの私よ。皆私にひれ伏しなさい。
Too bad Genji, Shingsai, Jurong, Sun Sangxiang, and the Chao sisters couldn't participate because it's a different world. Unless this is Warriors Orgy, of course. Right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of Nohime's campaign, and wow, I am pretty damn tired right now. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna take a rest. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, do subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed the stream, give me a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to hang out with me and the boys, we got a Discord server. Link to the Discord server is in the description below. If you want to support a little bit more financially for the channel, join the Profar Superstar membership to get exclusive emotes for this channel and the stream. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I am pretty tired right now, and I'll see you guys next time.